This morning, several bodies, some with their heads decapitated, were littered around the city. 30 people have been killed in cult-related killings within the past week.
A secret death cult is thriving in Nigeria, more terrifying than anything I've ever seen.
When we say they're coming, they're coming. Just trust they'll come. Because these are people who love killing.
They've been accused of countless murders at home and abroad.
Me, as I did, I see judgment did come. I don't kill so many souls.
They are very, very brutal. The most dangerous cultists we ever have on earth.
Around the world, crime agencies are cracking down on their multi-million-dollar internet fraud and human trafficking network. Nigerians are trying to fight back too. But here in their homeland, the cults seem unstoppable. And thousands of young lives are being destroyed. After 20 years abroad, I've come back to Nigeria to investigate this deadly mafia.
This is a major highway. People carrying guns, shooting each other.
How have they become so powerful?
See the security people supporting the talk. See them.
Are politicians behind the violence?
Cultism exists because government is involved. That's the truth.
Who are the men in the shadows pulling the strings? Makoko, one of the largest slums in Nigeria. I'm on the trail of the Black Axe, my country's deadliest cult group. This place is incredible. We're literally traveling over raw sewage, but this is the only way we can access the Black Axe cult in Makoko. It's taken months to negotiate a meeting, and we have no idea what to expect. We're having to go through the back way in order to get to this place because we can't be seen to be coming there openly. We're trying to avoid being tracked by possibly rival cults or even the police. Cults, secret brotherhoods of young men, are terrorizing communities across Nigeria, robbing, raping, and murdering. Black Axe spread fear wherever they go. The closer we get, the more hostile the situation becomes. You can already hear hostile comments, people talking about why are we here, why are we filming. As night fell, we went deeper into the maze of wooden houses. We were going to a place known as the arena, where local axemen gather at night. They have agreed to let us film what they call a gyration, a cultist ceremony. The axemen had been drinking, and some were high on drugs.
I've seen dates of past dates. I'm not afraid of dates. I'm not going to know what they go through. Before each one of them will become a strong man, they have process that they will go through.
Black Axe have a strict code, enforced with violence. Leaked footage shows the member punished for breaking the rules. New recruits are beaten and tortured during initiations. They are then forced to swear an oath of secrecy.
In the name of Kurufu, say Kurufu guide all men.
We worship Kurufu, the unseen God, and Kurufu has always guided us.
Black Axe ideology blends old Nigerian religion with anti-colonial activism. The Brotherhood claim they are fighting oppression.
We are freedom fighters. Watch my back, I watch your back. We do violence and we kill. But for justice, We don't kill the innocent. We are brothers. We are one.
These men claim that they are fighting for justice, but I've seen the reality of cult violence on the streets. Somewhere around here, about 24 years ago, I witnessed a murder of a young man by a cultist group. His name was Dapo. We grew up together. I was on my way home and I could hear somebody wailing. He kept crying. It was delirious. And I followed him and I saw a body lying face down. There was this kind of pool of blood on the floor and I realized that I was actually standing on his blood. Cultists shot my friend Dapo in the chest. The killers have never been caught. The memory of that night still haunts me. Even in my 40s, I still have nightmares about it. I still remember how I felt that moment when I saw him. Today, the cults are even more powerful and thousands more young people have been murdered. I just want to know who are behind all of these senseless killings. This is more than just an investigation for me. This is personal. I've seen the blood spilled by cultists. Who do we hold responsible for this loss of lives?
This morning, several bodies, some with their heads decapitated and their genitals cut off, were littered around Benin City.
I've come to Benin in southeast Nigeria, the heartland of the Black Axe cult. The city is in the middle of one of the bloodiest periods of gang warfare in years. Black Axe are fighting for supremacy over rival cults. Jesus. The police are nowhere to be seen. All over the city, people have formed armed vigilante groups to protect themselves.
Then these cultists fights every year. Cultists fights. There's no 2 or 3 months. There must be a cult war. When you wake up in the morning, you see a dead body by the roadside. Maybe in the afternoon, you hear people running. They don't come, they don't come. You hear boa, that boa, one person will die.
They just kill this guy just now, see. Just now. They just kill him.
Black Axe have enormous power here. They have thousands of members in Benin. Ordinary people are at their mercy. They are heavily armed and seem to operate with impunity.
You know, yes, I don't know if
I'm on my way to the University of Benin to understand where all this violence began. The Black Axe formed here 40 years ago, and students are still being murdered on campus today.
Jesus! My God!
The Black Axe emerged out of a student fraternity known as the Neo Black Movement of Africa, or NBM. The movement initially stood for peace, but over time became linked to crime. Today, many people use the names Black Axe and NBM interchangeably. Dr. Stone is a political science lecturer at the university and an expert on the Axemen.
Now you've gotten the preamble into what we are going to learn today. Patriotism and nationalism.
Dr. Stone was once a senior member of the Black Axe, a chairman. He has agreed to share secrets from the inside, breaking his oath of silence. Is there any concern that members, some of your colleagues
will come after me?
Will come after you.
Why would they come after me? Why would they, if they come after me, can't I also come after them? For personal guard, personal safety.
That looks like a walking stick.
It is a walking stick. A walking stick, yeah. It makes you to walk freely, better, safer.
In his office, Dr. Stone showed me the ceremonial robes he wore as an axeman.
After giving this is what they tell you. You have just acquired your coffee.
They tell you that?
They tell you that. I've just acquired your coffee. That great day is coming. That great day is coming.
The name Black Axe comes from the old fraternity, the NBM symbol of an axe breaking chains of oppression. The cult has become a vast network. Axemen have infiltrated all levels of Nigerian society.
You have members in Nigerian Army, Navy, Air Force. You have them in the judiciary. We have people who are pastors.
Pastors?
Priests, for goodness sake. So that is what Black Axe is. A name that can help you to conquer. That once you holler, you shout, I ask, man. People who are members will come in.
Not all members are killers or criminals, but everyone has a role to play. Dr. Stone claims Black Axe have spies, known as the Eyes, everywhere.
This is where NBM becomes most dangerous.
The Eyes?
The Eyes. You don't know them. You will never recognize them. Even while you come in here, they're already eyes. They've already spotted.
In your days as a member, what was your role?
I was a butcher. That I became a chairman.
What was the job of a butcher?
To eliminate, to defend the organizations and every member of the organization, and to eliminate any identified intruders.
And did you eliminate?
Well, by the functions of the position, you should know.
Dr. Stone warned me, investigating the Black Axe too deeply could come at a price.
They'll trace you.
Really?
They'll trace you. People that know you are more than the people you know. People that knows you are more than the people you know. They will come. Who's going to come? You don't know. And whom they are sending, you don't know. You just play by the rule. Because these are people who love killing.
The impact of the Black Axe is being felt across Nigeria. I am on my way to Ikorodu, just an hour's drive from Lagos.
This is a major highway. This is Ikorodu Road. Look at people carrying guns, shooting each other, broad daylight.
This once peaceful town is under constant attack by cultists.
This guy came in and started shooting here and here. Everybody run for their lives.
In the first 3 months of 2021, cultist gangs murdered more than 50 people here. A tough war is raging between the Black Axe and their rivals, the Eye.
Black Axe ló ní bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àìmọye tó ti sọ di widow, àmì náà plus me, àbúrò mi kan àti ọkọ mi ló pa.
The people of Ikorodu are frightened and angry, but now they are fighting back. Vigilantes are taking the law into their own hands. Suspected cultists have been brutally beaten and even killed when caught. The most powerful vigilante group is the Onyabo. It means we come in force. In Ikorodu, they say these are the only men that cultists fear. I'm joining them on an operation to hunt down cultists who recently attacked their office. Their commander, Lanre Olabinjo, summons ancestral spirits to protect his men. just got this sort of amulet, and this will guarantee my safety on this raid, that no bullet will penetrate into my skin, and regardless of this, but this is what the Onyabos are relying on.
At dusk, the Onyabo head into town, some on bikes, others in cars. The commander and his men coordinate everything on their phones.
They move back.
Calling their spies to pinpoint the exact location of the cultists they are looking for. They say their prime target, known as Bouncer, recently peppered their office with a machine gun.
So the Onyabos intelligence is that some of these cultists have come into town. Today being Saturday, they're going to be hanging out, having a good time. But what they don't know is that Onyabo is coming for them.
We split into groups, some on the road, others down the side streets. They try to surround the targets. When they see the Onyabo, the cultists run. One escaped down by the lagoon. Another dove into thick bush, filmed by a vigilante.
Hey, come here!
The suspects escaped and snuck back into the city. But the Onyabo don't give up. As night falls, the commander's spies direct them to more targets. They search non-cultist hangouts, stopping and interrogating dozens of young men. It's impossible to know if they are cultists or not.
Got some mixed feelings about seeing how brutal they've been towards some of these people. I mean, this is like war in this community between cultists and Onyabo. And you get the sense that everything goes in a situation of war. It's like there are no rules whatsoever.
They find one of their targets, an alleged armed robber and suspected cultist. Moments later, they find Bouncer, the man they claim shot at their office. Just before midnight, they locate the remaining cultist suspects they've been hunting. Bouncer begged the vigilantes for mercy, but the commander's men seemed sure they had the right man. The suspects were marched back to the Onyabo's office before being handed over to the police. If charged with being a cultist, they could face 21 years in jail.
Just have a little kid. Just have a little kid.
How old is
3 years old.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
You have a 2-year-old son?
Yes, the boy. Please have mercy on us, please, sir. Please, I'm begging this man to go. Daddy, I just shall Joe, they'll be expecting us by now.
I felt disturbed by what I was seeing. I questioned the commander on his methods. He told me the Onyabo show no mercy.
So some people might say these are violation of human rights.
They might say that, but there is no way. We don't give mercy to these people. Because the way they treated human being, are you getting me, is very brutal. So why will I now see them now without handing them over to policemen?
Because they are cultists.
The Onyabo say all the suspects were taken to the police station to be charged. The commander invited me to his office. He wanted me to understand why he wants cultists in jail and off the streets.
We have had several attacks, and in the process, we lost more than 6 or 7 of our guys.
So some of your people have been killed?
Have been killed,
by
yes.
cultists?
Yes, yes. Some, they will kill them and cut off their hands. My officer then was killed, and his hand was cut off.
Your own officer?
Yes. He was macheted. He was seriously macheted. I have the pictures.
You have pictures?
The pictures.
The Onyabo photograph every cult murder they find. There are hundreds of photos, too horrifying to show.
I mean, just the expression of on his face. This is stuff of nightmare. So apparently after getting shot, they hit him on the head repeatedly with a machete in an effort to cut his head open. You can see his brain. Literally everything is out.
The commander says the Black Axe commit the worst atrocities.
They are very, very brutal. They are very, very brutal. Black Axe are the most dangerous cultists we ever have on earth. Most of the people that was brutalized here was brutalized by the Black Axe.
The Nigerian police estimate more than 90% of the country's cult killings are never reported. The Onyabo say they take these photos to bring the killers to justice.
They behave as if there is no government. They kill as they like. If we all run away from these guys, they will dominate everywhere. So we have to have people who will combat them. We have people who will face them.
Before leaving Ikorodu, the commander wanted me to meet the family of one of his men.
This was my husband of his before. They killed him. It's not far from here. At any time I pass this place, I feel bad every time.
Bukola's husband, an Onyabo officer, was murdered and mutilated by cultists. She's now on her own, caring for his mother and 5 children.
Was he a nice dad?
He's a very good dad. I really loved him because he's a very, he's rugged, he's hardworking.
Can I see his photograph?
It's been 5 years since her husband, Geleti's murder. With little income, her family are struggling.
They told me that they want to talk to their father, but it's really painful. I will just call my brother that he should help me to talk to them. That they want to talk to their father. What I'm really facing is too much for me. It's too much.
I'm so sorry. Your daddy died as a hero. You know that? And I'm sure your daddy is looking up at you and protecting you. I'm sure your daddy wants you to do well in school and be happy. It's okay. It's okay. The problem is when these people kill
I know how devastating these killings can be. The pain never leaves you.
That's been 5 years. Adagbe Adafa Mumangu. That's been 5 years. 5 years. ọmọ ọdún mélòó ni mí tí mo fèsì kan báyìí. I can't waste ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ní lórí pé ó ṣe nǹkan tó right nínú mi.
When you kill somebody, it's not just that person you've killed. You've destroyed a lot of people. His mother is devastated. His young wife is devastated. These children, it's heartbreaking. It's like this could change the course of their life completely. Having their father taken away from them. I mean, I've got children. I've got an aged mom. Just the thought of not being around for my family, it was utterly devastating.
What happened is not only me. There are some mothers like me. I'm 31 years old. You know, it's married láti gbà ẹ́. Torí kò sọ́kùnrin tí mo fẹ́ fẹ́.
Thousands of tragedies like these are playing out across Nigeria. Why is all this cult violence happening? Even in the richest parts of Nigeria, in Lagos, cultists wage war on the streets, attacking in broad daylight. Nigeria has one of the youngest populations in the world. The average age is just 18. In the last decade, youth unemployment has doubled. 23 million people have no job.
The boys are all out with machetes, cutlasses, no policemen, nothing at all.
With millions of unemployed young people, it's easy for cults to find new recruits.
See them.
The gangs are expanding, and it's rumored they have the backing of powerful men.
See the security people supporting the talk. See them.
Who are the men secretly controlling the cults? I've come to Lagos to find out. I've made contact with some cultist assassins, butchers, who are prepared to break their oath of silence.
We'll call you when we get to the runabout. Mark here.
They insisted we meet at night, on their turf, on their terms.
The arrangement as to how we get this interview done was not exactly tidy. 1 minute they agreed to speak to us, the next minute they tried to cancel.
A Black Axe member met us on a motorbike. We followed him to a hidden location.
You beside the consort, you be a my shaman. Nice Muwai, Ogun, Ulaja.
Yes, no.
Me, I be mayor, MBA.
Clear for Jima.
I be Busha.
Doesn't that one not they concern you for mine? Say too much debt.
Me, as I did, I see judgment did come. I don't kill so many soup.
How many of you?
I know if you can't. But I don't kill so many soup. So many soup. Your price must be.
These young men seem to have no remorse. But then they told me why they were initiated into the cult. All of them were teenagers, still in secondary school, joining after people close to them were murdered by cultists.
I go school that day, I don't feel forget in my life. As I come back, I meet my pale, dead body. They don't kill her. I don't feel cry, but I know who do her.
For some, the past was too painful to talk about.
I say by the vibrate, I don't want to hear anything for this background. No keke must scare. I dey tell you something, I know wetin I dey talk. You know wetin me I don't express for my life. You make me dey remember wetin dey come out water from my eye. Oh, I said it's a very long story. No more future. Your own life now be your own future. What you dey do presently, what you go do till you die, now be your own future for Nigeria.
What they told me next was even more disturbing. They claimed they are funded and protected by politicians.
all these politicians, they give us jobs sometimes. They go run package for them.
Also politicians also.
Exactly.
They hire you.
Exactly. Some buy all these cars, like 2 or 3 cars for operation. But you know the fear, we get the backup.
Politicians go back you
exactly.
In case the cars are
bust. She get. So now that thing they give us now, say for this background, we go still they do.
What is not about problem for this country. The only problem we have is politician. I believe Lori, okay, eléyìí àwọn don't do post. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ mo tẹ́ ní ọkàn, náà náà wọ́n lè gbé iṣẹ́ yẹn fún. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti believe pé changes tó máa fẹ́ tì sí wa yẹn, àbá lọ ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn.
Are politicians secretly working with violent cult gangs? I went to ask the former Black Axe chairman, Dr. John Stone.
What is the interest of the politicians to get into power? Like they cannot survive without the Black Axe there. They must collaborate with the Black Axe for them to survive. How would you be bold enough to go and rat resort or snatch ballot box where you have a Black Axe man on the ground? The person will be dead before before he begins to eat the money he has taken.
But there is more to Black Axe than just brute force. Dr. Stone claims the cult use an alias to cover their role in society and politics. The organization's original name, the Neo Black Movement of Africa, is registered as a company in Nigeria and around the world. The official NBM is not banned. Members operate in the open, claim to be freedom fighters, donate to charity, and even elect a president. Dr. Stone says this provides the Black Axe with cover.
NBM is legal,
yeah, but
Black Axe is illegal. But unknown to the populace, it is an alias name. It is one and same. Just from kind of formality to cover the informalities.
Dr. Stone claims Axemen exploit the name NBM to infiltrate the highest levels of Nigerian society.
There are a lot of members in the House of Assembly, even the executive, that are members of this group. That is what NBM preaches. Vie into any position that you know that are humanly possible.
Hey, my boy, one love, man. God, yeah. God, damn on yeah.
One of the most famous members of the NBM in Nigerian politics is Tony Kabaka. Officially, is a youth leader for Nigeria's ruling party, the All Progressive Congress. But here on the streets, they call him the Godfather. They say he commands the loyalty and votes of thousands of men in Benin. He claims he provides protection.
If they call me if there's crisis, it won't take me seconds, I'll be with them. And that crisis will be resolved. They believe on me with that.
Kabaka has been a member of the Neo Black Movement since he was a young man. He says he joined seeking protection from assassins.
We are looking for all ways to assassinate us. What are we going to do? We don't have money to protect ourselves. We don't have money to take police. We now join the black, what they call Black Axe, New Black Movement.
Law enforcement in Benin seemed beholden to Kabaka. As he walked handing out money, a policeman came to salute him. When he got too close, one of Kabaka's boys pushed him aside. Even the state vigilantes seemed loyal to him.
You can see our area is calm.
One of the vigilantes just shot my heart, literally jumped to my mouth, because you never know with Kabaka, you never know whether his detractors might be trying to get him.
No. This is my oath. This is my oath.
Kabaka's work in politics has made him rich. A street is named after him, and he lives in a multi-million naira mansion.
Come and bring this picture.
Inside, Kabaka was keen to show me how connected he is with the political elite.
This is a professor, now presently member House of Rep, Professor Julius Inyomiri. That is my governor, former governor, Edo State, Adams Ali Oshomole.
Governor Adams Oshomole recognized Kabaka's street popularity made him an asset. At one point, Kabaka commanded over 7,000 tax collectors, gathering billions in revenue for the governor.
Yeah, this place was built during the time of Adams Ali Oshomole, when I was a revenue collector. So Oshomole did it for me. I was nothing before. Come.
Politics has lifted Kabaka from cultist enforcer to multi-millionaire. In Nigeria, this is the dream for many young axemen.
Yeah, this is my bedroom. This is my bedroom. Yeah, my closet. My t-shirt, my knicker. Nice Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton shoes?
Yeah.
When was the last time you wore this?
I wore it during the time of campaign because it's good in rain.
But Kabaka's involvement in politics has made him enemies.
All my doors are bulletproof. Like this one, you can feel it. The bulletproof, like TikTok.
In 2020, Kabaka's political overlords were voted out of office and he fell out with the new governor. Unknown gunmen sprayed his house with AK-47 fire.
These are AK. You can come and see, go and look at the glass there. That's AK. You can see the point out there.
Soon after, the state government demolished his multi-million naira hotel. Kabaka claims it was an act of revenge by his political enemies. Kabaka feels betrayed by the politicians he once served. He is now willing to reveal their most guarded secret, that cultists are working in the very heart of government.
Cultism exists because government is involved. That's the truth. If you sat me down and say, can you identify people in black house in government, I will identify. Most police, most politicians, most everybody is involved.
He confirmed that politicians use him and his cultist network as muscle during elections.
If government is wanting to seek for election, they need them. They need everybody. As I'm here and I can make a call, you see different colors. They will assemble here now more than, like before 1 hour. You see different, here will be filled up. It's not everybody that will call them, they will answer. You understand?
Despite his ruthless reputation, Kabaka denied he's ever been involved in cult violence himself. He claims the NBM are trying to end the killings.
All we are is New Black Movement of Africa. We hate oppression, we fight against oppression, and we love unity. It does not mean you are a cult that you must be a killer.
He says the people with the power to stop the killings are the cultists in government.
Stakeholders, senior stakeholders there, they are cultists, like me. All we are saying is the people that can stop it is the same government. If really government wants to stop it.
Kabaka's allegations are backed up by secret Black Axe documents that have been leaked to the BBC.
I came into possession of a large amount of criminal evidence, the activities of the Black Axe. Politics is really rotten in Nigeria. There are members within the government today, and they don't want this information to come out.
This evidence has been hacked by an anti-fraud investigator known as Uche Tobias. We've hidden his identity to keep him safe. He's targeted the email accounts of high-ranking members of the NBM, revealing the intersection between the Black Axe, politics, and crime.
The Neo-Black movement as an organisation is just a charade. The end game of the organisation is to subvert the opinion of the public into believing that they're legitimate, when in fact the opposite is true. It's a big smokescreen for what they really are, which is a mafia.
Uche's obtained potentially explosive evidence thousands of emails exposing a long history of axemen infiltrating politics in Benin. A hacked email from 2012 suggests politicians funneled 35 million naira to the NBM to assist with an election campaign in Edo State. In return, axemen were allegedly promised 80 roles in government.
Politicians reach out to the Black Axe, mobilise young people, and for that they're promised money and they're promised roles within government. So when elections come around, you just have more and more cultists getting into positions of power through this nepotism and corruption.
But politics is not only funding cultism. The evidence suggests a politician was once the head of the Black Axe. His name is Augustus Bemigo, a member of the ruling APC party in Nigeria who ran for office in 2019. He is also the former president of the New Black Movement of Africa. During that time, hacked emails suggest he orchestrated millions of dollars of internet fraud.
Augustus Bemigo was a very typical member of the Black Axe. He was an advanced fee fraudster, stealing money off people, laundering money. He was providing victims with evidence of being a businessman, and people were falling for it. He's the head of a criminal organisation. That is a scandal that a head of a criminal organisation can run for politics.
We sent our allegations to Bemigo, and he never responded. Axemen don't want this information getting out. Uche claims they are desperate to kill him.
In 1 year, I received 200-300 death threats. These people are capable of the most horrific crimes.
I knew that investigating the NBM was a dangerous business, but my journey was nearly over and I needed answers. After weeks of negotiation, the president of the New Black Movement agreed to meet me. I had to ask him, face to face, if the NBM is the real power behind the Black Axe. We've gotten a couple of security operatives to go with us. We have an armed escort at the back. I mean, I would be lying if I say that I'm not slightly concerned, especially when the allegations are put in front of him. The NBM came in force. The newly elected president, Ese Kakor, was accompanied by 2 lawyers. Behind me, the boys filmed our every move. The president was quick to dismiss any suggestion the NBM is a front for Black Axe. Some people say that the New Black Movement of Africa is actually a smokescreen for the Black Axe. How do you react to that?
That's your own perspective. I'm very sure nobody will say that. Such kind of information is libelous, is wicked, and is a cheap blackmail.
NBM and the Black Axe are not the same. Black Axe operate in the secret. We don't even know them. This is what we're talking about, we don't know them.
My head, Black Axe Lagos Zone.
I then showed them evidence their former leader, Augustus Bemigo, was not only Black Axe, but also involved in multi-million-dollar fraud. Mr. Augustus Bemigo is the former president of this organization.
We are not aware of their activity, if any. The organization is not aware.
But after seeing our evidence, they promised to investigate the matter.
I've told our member never to have anything to do with Black Axe.
This is our code of conduct. We have a code of conduct for our members.
We are anxious to also punish it because this thing is a dent to our reputation. This is a dent to our reputation. As a lawyer, I don't want to be associated with such things. If we know that they are members of Black Axe, we will expel them immediately. This thing that you have just read now, we will take note of it and we'll take it up. I will want to have a copy of it.
The NBM strongly deny any responsibility for Black Axe killings in Nigeria.
When one idiot kills somebody, the next thing you hear is NBM has killed somebody.
But there's more of that. There's more of the killings.
Then go after those that killed somebody. Go get them.
Does it bother you?
It bothers me, and that is why I'm talking the way I'm talking.
Those that are not recognized members, whatever they do, in whatever name, you are not liable for their action.
The president admitted criminal elements have infiltrated the NBM, but claimed he is determined to flush them out.
The infiltrations has caused so much harm to our organization, and
It's as if the organization is being hijacked, and most of them we've arrested because they are giving us a bad name.
As the interview came to an end, the president wanted to make one point clear.
NBM is not blackers. NBM has nothing to do with criminality. NBM is an organization that tends to help achieve greatness in the world. NBM were to be a criminal organization or a court group, we would have granted you this interview. I will not come in front of the camera. I flew in from Abuja today, just to, and I still have, in a few minutes time, I still have my flight to catch back to Abuja.
Despite the president's denials, the NBM is facing mounting international pressure. Weeks after our interview, the FBI arrested more than 35 NBM members in the US and South Africa, charged with multi-million-dollar internet fraud. The NBM claimed all the individuals involved have been suspended indefinitely, but the US Department of Justice statement names the New Black Movement of Africa as a criminal organization and part of the Black Acts. In Nigeria, no action on this scale has been taken. Black Acts feel untouchable. When we asked the government in Benin City for an interview on cultism, they refused to talk. Nobody in power here is taking responsibility for this tragedy.
When I was killing, somebody will be begging you in the name of Jesus, in the name of God. It's horrible. Once the mistake of killing has taken place, it can never be returned.
At the University of Benin, I met Dr. Stone for the last time. After a lifetime of cult violence, he's fighting to end it. He's formed what he calls a Rainbow Coalition, a network of former cultists and professors who are trying to prevent killings. The former butcher has turned protector.
I stopped taking people to be initiated the year 2000. I came up with the rainbow. That means that I become neutral to all other organizations to bring about peace, to bring about forgiveness, to make them realize that we are all humans.
It seems almost everyone touched by cultism is burdened by trauma, even those who commit the atrocities.
None, I want to repeat, none of the existing Black House or New Black Men of Africa members who want their children to be members of the same group because of the brutality.
Do you remember the faces of the people you killed?
I don't want to remember their faces anymore. I'll be very upset. I don't want to remember it.
Dr. Stone may want to forget his past, but the countless cult killings he witnessed still haunt him. As we sat, a painful memory returned.
I just remembered one person down. It was coming from Port Harcourt. The wife just gave birth. To clear the debts from St. Philomena, the blackest man was killed close to where he was going to. Clear the debts of his wife and newborn baby. He was shot twice by a small boy that lived in the same street. I saw him dying. Said John Stone, Nawa, person when I see, I don't know, say, he go fit kill me. Joe, so rest in peace. Cultism is bad. Let's stop these killings. Let's stop these killings. No one that cannot kill. No one that cannot die. Let's stop it.
40 years of cult violence has sent countless young men to their graves. My friend Dapo was one of them. He was just 25 when he was murdered. This is Dapo's grave. And it looks completely abandoned. It's literally falling apart. Even the headstone's missing. Coming here is supposed to give me like a sense of closure, but seeing his grave in such disarray, it hurts. This is the final resting place for somebody who had aspirations, who had dreams. Not even a photo of Dapo survives.
It feels like he's been forgotten totally. It's like no memories of him, like he was never here.
Thousands and thousands of young men have died like this in the last 4 decades. And just nobody remembering them. It's like they died in vain. Every week across Nigeria, more young people are being murdered by cultists. The pain of the family goes viral for all of us to see on social media. How much longer can Nigeria continue like this? When will those in political power finally say, enough is enough?